Hey y'all, it's Pierre from Game Press, and we are here with next week's events, and the theme is going to be Valentine. We are going to start on Wednesday, February 8th, and it goes through Tuesday, February 14th, which is also Valentine's Day. So very appropriate theme for this week. As usual, we're going to go through each of the sets of creatures, what you are able to dart, and what we suggest you go for. So let's start off with the commons. On Wednesday and Thursday, we have 27 attempts at Dilophosaurus Gen 2, which is a global anytime, Apatosaurus, which is a global day, dawn, dusk, and Solurosauravus, which is a park day, dawn, dusk. I think with the commons, go for what you need. However, do think about, we have a Common Advantage tournament this upcoming weekend, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but Solurosauravus and Apatosaurus both are, I think, going to be very good in the common tournament. I think Solurosauravus might be the better of the two, and even if you are unable to boost it, if you can level it, I think it's going to be a really good creature in the tournament and give you a little bit of an edge if you're able to put some levels onto it. So I think of the three, I would definitely dart the flock, but if you do need DNA from the other two, obviously go ahead and dart those. On Friday, we get 12 attempts at epics. We have Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is a global anytime, Sticky Moloch, which is a local for anytime, and Euclidoceros, which is a global anytime, and Titanoboa, which is an exclusive. We usually say go for the exclusive, so I definitely think Titanoboa is going to be your best bet. The snakes are notoriously difficult to dart, however, and Tyrannosaurus Rex has a lot of hybrids. So if you absolutely need the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I would say that's not a bad option, to be honest. I do think exclusive's the better option to go, but just because of the amount of hybrids it has, and it's a global creature, not easily dartable as far as like you can't scent very easily for it, and especially like lower level players who are going for some of those T-Rex hybrids, that's definitely not a bad option for you. On Saturday, we get 2 attempts at our first set of legendary creatures. We have Indominus Rex, which is a hybrid of Velociraptor and Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that fuses into Erlodominus, Indoraptor, and Indonemes. We also have Thylaconix, which is a hybrid of Baryonyx Gen 2 and Marsupial Lion, and that fuses into Anocyonyx or Inocyonyx. And then we have Spinoceratops, and that is a hybrid of Sinoceratops and Spinosaurus Gen 2. Once again, I think it's going to depend on what you're actively working on. Thylaconix has a exclusive ingredient with Marsupial Lion. However, we are also currently in that Alliance Championship. We're getting DNA for that at the end of this month, so something to think about. Indominus Rex has a lot of hybrids. There's 3, so you need a lot of that DNA if you're working on any of those hybrids, and Indonemes is still very good in the arena. Spinoceratops is the newest creature of the 3, and I think it's going to be really good, especially in the upcoming legendary tournament we have at the end of the month. So, kind of gauge what you need based off of what your goals are. Thylaconix is going to be a popular one. Spinoceratops, I believe, will also be a popular one. As much DNA as you need for Indominus Rex, both of those creatures are technically dartable, so I don't see as many people going for that one, but if you need that DNA, then obviously go for that. We also get 2 attempts at a second set of legendary creatures on Sunday. We have Dilophoboa, which is Dilophosaurus Gen 2 and Titanoboa, and that fuses into Spinoconstrictor. Edaphosevia, which is a hybrid of Enostransevia and Edaphosaurus, and that fuses into Albertosevia. And then we have Fukuimimus, which is a hybrid of Fukuisaurus and Struthiomimus. Once again, a lot of this is going to depend on what you're working on. If you live in Europe, then Fukuimimus might not be what you go for, simply because Struthiomimus is everywhere. However, if you do not live in Europe, and Fukuimimus is really good in legendary tournaments, it's always been a fantastic flock killer, especially, and Struthiomimus can only be found in continental Europe. So if you are not currently in continental Europe and you need that DNA, that may not be a bad one to go for. I think Edaphosaurus also is a fairly good one to go for. Edaphosaurus, the epic that fuses into that, is a park creature and can be a little bit more difficult for people to hunt for. And Albertosaurus, the hybrid, has an exclusive ingredient with Albert, but it's still pretty good. It still has that really good revenge kill. It's got the swap in, so it's not bad in the arena. It's falling out a little bit, but I think it's still very usable in many of the arenas. Monday and Tuesday, we get 24 attempts at rares. We have Caprasuchus, which is a global night dawn dusk, Nasutosaurus, which is a local 2 day dawn dusk, Albertosaurus, which is an exclusive, and Rodriguez Solitaire, which is also an exclusive. I go for the exclusive, so I would choose between Albertosaurus and Rodriguez Solitaire. Rodriguez Solitaire does have a hybrid, Alad Rodriguez, and it's not bad. It's a flock. Albertosaurus has several hybrids. It is also really good on its own in the rare tournament format, and I believe Rodriguez Solitaire can be as well. So, once again, it kind of depends on what you're currently working on. Since the other two are huntable, I would definitely say either Albert or Rodriguez, but it kind of depends on what your focus is and what you're currently building on your team. All of these strike events are going to be the same themed as Valentine, so all of the creatures that you see under the supply drops are going to be available in the strike events. It looks like we also get a Valentine themed event strike on Thursday. We also have a Magenta Boa strike event on Friday, as well as Arctodus strike event on Wednesday, the bear. And then we get our usual attack, health, and speed boost strike events throughout the week on Thursday, Saturday, and Tuesday. And then we also have, it looks like, a special pursuit, some sort of box pursuit on Sunday and Monday, which I would assume is a coin pursuit, could also have additional items in there, however, since it looks like it's a special one. We are working on our very last week of the Ankylodactylus pursuit, so Ophiocodon is going to be out in the wild. That is normally a daily only creature. It is unscentable, and if anyone played this last weekend, played a lot in the skills tournament, Ophiocodon was a really good tournament creature for the common format. It's got a lot of resistances. It has a lot of immunities. So I definitely think if you were working on your commons and you want to kind of build up your common team, Ophiocodon is going to be a really good one for you. Speaking of tournaments, this weekend we have our second tournament of the Alliance Championship. It is going to be common all advantage, and the reward is going to be Baryonyx Gen 2 and Marsupial Lion DNA. So good luck to everyone who will be competing in the tournament this weekend. Make sure to check out on Wednesday. Game Press is going to have an article with all of this fantastic information in it, depending on what kind of level you're at, what would be best for you to go for. Make sure to check out that article, as at the very bottom, there's going to be a link. And in that link, you can click on it and it will take you in-game and give you 50 free hard cash. So you don't want to miss that every single week. We always put it in our weekly events article. In addition to Game Press's weekly cash link, this YouTube channel also has a cash link. They're different, so you can claim both of them. So that's 100 cash in game. So make sure you check out all the videos that they will be putting out this Wednesday. They always put it out on a Wednesday video, and they'll have a link in there for 50 hard cash. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click subscribe. And thanks for listening, y'all.